Hey, fourth graders. Now I'm going to talk to you about how to set up the cello and bass left hand. So we're going to start with cello, and then I'm also going to grab a bass so you guys can see how both of them would work. But this one's a little bit different from what violins and violas do. So, for example, you guys don't have what's called the magic spot that the violins are using. So you guys are going to actually have slightly different hand position for left hand. So first we start with finding our left hand. All right, check left, right. This one makes an L. Okay, I've got my left hand. Then I'm going to go to the top of page 6 in my book. So this is the cello book. Again, the bass one's going to be a little bit different. And the cello book shows you right here how to shape your left hand. So make sure that you have your book open to page 6 while you're working on this so you know how to shape your left hand. Okay, so I'm getting my hand set up. So for cellos, you make your 5 fingers out, and then actually, that's it. So pretty easy for cello. All 4 of your fingers are spaced apart. Just remember, this is now finger 1, finger 2, finger 3, and finger 4. So that's what we're going to use to set our fingers. Now bass, you're going to make that bass salute that you guys made during the numbers game. So that's when you put your hand like this, and you had the bass salute. So the bass salute looked like this, and then the neck went in between. So that's how you're actually going to hold your turkeys. You're going to have fingers 2, 3, and 4 together, almost like a turkey was playing in the mud, and fingers 2, 3, and 4 got stuck together in the mud, and then he has just 2 feathers left, or maybe this is his head actually, and these are his feathers. So this is what the bass hand looks like. All right, so if I'm coming over to put my hand on the cello, I'm going to start with both cello and bass have their thumb on the back of the neck. So violins, violas put their thumb on the side, but for cello bass, we put our thumb on the back of the neck. So if I turn it completely around, it's flat on the back of the neck. So I'm going to put my left thumb right in between the 2 tapes. So right between the 2 tapes, put my thumb flat, and then I make sure that my elbow is lifted. So that gives my hand good support, because we always do in class, we go, okay, cellos, touch your face. Okay, now touch your cello. Now touch your face. Now touch your cello, to make sure that your elbow is up high enough as well. So your thumb, make sure it's on the back between the first 2 tapes. And then you're going to put your first finger on the first tape on your D string. So make sure you know which one is your open D string. So first finger on the first tape. And by first tape, I mean the tape closest to the scroll. And then your second finger goes in the middle. Your third finger goes on the second tape. So if I get a little closer. And then your fourth finger goes on the third tape. So cellos, you're the only ones who have 3 tapes here. Everybody else has just 2 tapes usually. So cellos, this is how you're going to set up the note G, and that's in number 10, the note G. So this is how you would shape your left hand. Again, yours is more spaced out, so that's why we call it the spaced turkey. Unless it's your turkey 1 cellos, you have all your fingers kind of evenly spaced. Make sure your thumb is still between the tapes. Make sure it doesn't sneak up to go all the way up here or all the way down here. You want it kind of in the middle. And then you want your first, second, third, fourth finger laying on the fingerboard right on the tapes. A good hint to help you is that your second finger is usually right across from your thumb. So third finger on the tape, fourth finger on the tape, and this is the note G for cello. So you have fourth finger has a tape, third finger has a tape, and first finger has a tape. So everybody has a friend on the hair except for your second finger. All right, so that's how you set cello up, and then I'm going to also do bass. So I'm going to go through how to set up the bass hand. So one moment, let me go grab my bass. Okay, back with the bass. So I'm going to show bassers how to put their hand on the instrument as well. So make sure, bassers, that you are either standing with your bass against your left leg, or if you have your stool basses, you can be sitting and you have your bass propped on your left leg while your right leg is on the floor. So make sure that if you don't have a stool basses, that you are standing with your bass so that you have the correct position. I noticed a couple of you sitting on like the bed or trying to sit on the floor or in a little tiny chair. So for bass, you need to be up a little bit higher to be able to reach the neck. So make sure that you either have a stool or you're going to stand and play your bass. So right now I'm going to stand so you kind of see how it is. And then the bass goes on my left side where my left hand is, and I make my bass salute. And then I'm going to come around and I'll put my thumb on the back of the neck, halfway between the 2 tapes. I'm going to put my first finger on the D string on your first tape. So the tape closest to the scroll, not down here, up here. And then my second finger, third finger, fourth finger are going to kind of fall together on this second tape here. So the way I kind of think of it is, if I get a little closer, second, third, and fourth finger are giving your pinky support to push onto this fourth finger tape. So first finger's up here, and there's a bigger gap between 2, 3, and 4 as they're pushing down on that note that's going to be on this tape. So that note is actually not G. So your first note for number 10 we talked about is actually an open string. So this note that I'm showing you right here with the left hand is actually F sharp. It's number 11 in your book. and then you're going to be able to pluck F sharp on the D string. So for G, you'd actually do no fingers, and that's just open G string. So G, 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 and then F sharp, 4 fingers, F sharp, F sharp, F sharp, and open D, open D, open D, open D. So make sure you practice those 3 notes basis, because it's going to be important that you know that your G has no fingers, whereas violins, violas, and cellos all have to put fingers down for their G. You are, however, have to put all 4 fingers down for F sharp. So be ready, basses for number 11. All right, and that's how you do your left hand shape for cello basses, guys. All right, I'll see you in class. Have a great rest of your week.